want to show you guys the checklist that I go through when I'm having machine problems, whether that's my thread keeps breaking, or my stitches are looking a little funny, or my machine's making a weird noise. These are always the things that I'm going to check. First thing I'm always going to check is just that my machine is threaded correctly. I feel like most problems that happen to me are just because my thread is slipped out of place and that it needs to be rethreaded. So I'm always going to start by rethreading my machine, testing a couple of stitches, and see how they look. I'm also going to do the same thing with my bobbin, making sure it's wound correctly and that it's inserted properly. The next thing I'm going to do is making sure I'm using the right needle for my project and that it's sharp. You ideally want to make sure that you're replacing your needle after every 6 to 8 hours of sewing. If you haven't replaced your needle in a while, try that and see if that helps. The next thing I always do is make sure I'm using the right tension, the right stitch length, and the right stitch type for the project I'm working on. If you have any questions about any of those, go check out the videos on my page. I have videos explaining all of them. Next thing I'm going to do is make sure that my thread is compatible with the fabric that I'm using. If you have questions on thread weight, also have a video on that. If your thread keeps breaking, it might just be because of the quality of the thread, that it's just not high enough and that you just need to get a better thread. And the last thing I'm going to ask myself is, when was the last time I cleaned my machine? If it's been a while, there's probably a lot of dust and a lot of lint buildup in those crevices that's making it so your thread can't catch properly and is therefore breaking. So to sum it all up, I made a little checklist for you guys and I'll put it right here so you can screenshot.